Greetings and welcome, everyone. It's All You Can Geek Moviecast, episode 420. Oh my God, it's 420.
Blaze it.
Puff pass.
Blaze it.
Welcome, listeners. Welcome, viewers. I'm one of your hosts, Jim Gast, joined by Mike Sneedy.
What's up?
Corey Feinsod.
Yo.
And Tony Korkanakis.
Shit is lit.
I'm so high. Man, welcome to 420. Jesus. We're doing this live. It's crazy.
In honor, we didn't plan.
We got nothing planned. We were gonna basically do our movie cast, our game cast tonight, and we have a spoiler cast coming up for Daredevil season 3. So look for all this content this week. I also wanted to say, happy election day, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Did you vote? You guys vote?
Hope you all. I did.
I voted.
Yeah.
I went to take a look this morning and it was packed. And I was like, well, can't do that because I got to be somewhere in PA at like 8 o'clock. So I was like,
my place was packed, but it also helps that mine is literally down my driveway. But I got back early to pick up my girlfriend's daughter off the bus, but I was like, I have 10 minutes. I could probably vote in 10 minutes. So, and I did. It was packed, but our lines move pretty quickly. Packed for us is not packed for like Philadelphia.
I just got home like a couple minutes ago I was like 2 hours away. And then the traffic, holy shit. It was ridiculous.
But your work has to give you time to vote. They have to.
Legally.
No, they do, but I didn't get to this. I did not vote.
You did not do your American civil duty.
When your candidate lose by one vote, Corey, I don't want to hear.
Now, Mike's been very quiet too.
Oh, I had no intention of voting at all.
He's going the abstain. You take the abstain method.
I had the intention, but
yeah.
I did not get to do it.
Have you guys? I mean, what is with the Facebook explosion for this? Like everybody's.
The thing that I hate is the text message.
So proud of themselves.
Are you all getting? Are you all getting spam?
Spam.
Are you getting spam for that? Because I'm getting spam for that. Okay, I thought I was the only one. This is ridiculous.
No, it's crazy.
The worst part is they think
number. So
the worst part is they think I'm my brother. I think Tim put my phone number down for this stuff.
Nice. Probably helped sign you up for shit.
Yeah. I got
it makes me less inclined to vote for you. It's like, I know. Dude, stop.
What, Kamala Harris, is that her name? With Senator Harris? Yeah. I have like 5 texts in a row. Tim, please make sure you come. Timothy, make sure you come and vote.
See, this is why I don't vote. We don't even know the names of these people we're trying to vote for.
No,
you can look that up.
I'm pretty certain.
But like you don't.
No, I did my research. It's not like I just voted for random people.
All right.
Well, this is the content you guys all came for. Sure.
Anyways,
let's get into the box office.
Let's get in the box office. Talk about the number 2 ever grossing opening weekend movie for musicals in Bohemian Rhapsody, losing only to Straight Outta Compton. For the biggest opening weekend for a musical movie.
Yeah.
It's like I thought, wasn't Chicago like the biggest? I thought that was the biggest.
Apparently, Straight Outta Compton is.
Wow.
That's the stat. I looked it up. It's in print someplace.
Yeah, it's on the internet. It's true.
I read it on Wikipedia.
Yeah.
So it has to be true.
Yeah.
Bohemian Rhapsody was $51.1 million opening, which is pretty
good. Funny is like I'd be interested in this if it was more like a documentary than
sure. Yeah.
Just like,
I heard the movie's very lackluster, but it has a very good ending.
I mean, I heard it's entertaining because it's Queen, and
that's true.
That's Queen, and Queen's entertaining. Just like
the music's gonna be good,
right? And it just skips over some of the more more interesting things. I'd say.
Yeah. Everybody on YouTube, wave hi to my cat.
Yep.
Making a guest appearance on the podcast. We have this is the 5th podcast member there.
Yeah.
So, anyways, Bohemian Rhapsody number 1, Nutcracker at number 2. This only opened to 20.4 million.
Bomba.
It's not getting good reviews. This also then talks about like Disney not doing remakes and doing an original movie did not do well. I was reading an article on that today and how they have to stick to try to stick to remakes essentially.
I think that's dumb.
I do too.
I think his movie is particularly dumb, but I mean, they have enough money; they could just throw whatever out there until they get a mega franchise on their hands.
But it is unfortunate that you do come up with something original, even though it's not original. I mean, it's the original story, but it uses the Nutcracker. So
Still using a name and a previous thing, trying to latch onto it.
The name is just Nutcracker. I mean, I don't really think that has a lot of selling. Okay, so I guess we should how much power musicals have. I mean, I don't know.
Everyone knows the name.
I don't know.
It might have worked against them because people think of something different when they hear the Nutcracker.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I think so. That might have worked against them. All right, what do we have? Nobody's Fooled 3, A Star is Born in 4, and Halloween in your top 5 still for this week. So, opening this week, we switch to Christmas movies. We go to The Grinch. Opening, that's what's his name? Benedict Cumberbatch, voicing The Grinch, right? No.
Yeah, it's the people that did Despicable Me, the Minion guys. So.
Oh, they're rebooting Shrek. I read today. That same people. So, rebooting Shrek.
I thought that was in the news.
Is it in the news? I don't think it is. I don't think I added it, but Overlord's opening this week as well. That's the J.J. Abrams weird zombie Nazi movie.
Well, it's not. He didn't direct it, right? He just has his name attached to it. Yeah, it's one of those things like Cloverfield. People think he did it. At least let me fact check that because I thought that's what the case was.
It's part of his whole bad robot
stuff,
people, but it's not. It's no longer part of the over Cloverfield. What do you call it? So yeah, he didn't do anything with it. He just produced. So, all right. Let's see what we have here. Let's get into what we've been up to. Kick us off here. Mike, what have you been watching?
Finished Daredevil season 3.
Daredevil season 3. Yeah. Yep. You watched all of it. When did you start it? You started last week, right?
I guess so. I think it took 2 weeks.
So not a spoiler because we're going to do a spoiler cast on this, but what did you think of the show?
I really liked it.
Spoilers. You really liked it.
I'm not sure where it ranks with season 1. It's been a while since I saw season 1, but it's probably a little better. It seems a little more, I don't know, active maybe. There were some parts where season 1 dragged, and like there wasn't too much that dragged. And it's individual episodes. There were parts maybe, but not too much overall in the season that dragged. So it was good. I liked it.
Yeah, I thought it was, like we said, we've mentioned it before, so we're gonna have a spoiler cast tonight on this. We'll get into some depth of what we thought, what worked, what didn't work. So look for that. All right, Corey, what have you been watching?
Caught up on Titans on the DC Universe app.
Right, Titans, yes, Titans.
And I like it better than I expected to. I think that this would be actually a decent show if it wasn't based on the Titans IP. Like, I think that because it's a Titans show, it diminishes a little bit. But if it was like, if this was just like its own show, not tied to Titans, I think it would be actually kind of interesting. But because of the Titans IP, it brings it down a little bit because these are not the things you'd expect the Titans to be doing.
Is it like it's like Dragon Ball the movie? If it had nothing to do with Dragon Ball,
with the white dude as Goku.
Yeah. If it had nothing to actually do with, if it wasn't Dragon Ball,
his grandfather was like Japanese still. Yeah. It's like, wait a second, what's going on here? Kind of, yeah. Like if Dragon Ball Evolution was not a Dragon Ball movie, but been more fun. Yeah. But yeah, I think that actually hurts this show. But the production on this show is ridiculous. It's really well produced.
That's good. I definitely want to check it out. I keep meaning to sign up for their trial and see. But yeah, I mean, I'll get to it soon. I've been watching. I'll get into my stuff now. I haven't been watching a lot. I mean, I've been playing a lot of Red Dead. So I've been watching Castlevania, which I finished. Obviously, it's not too long. It's 8 episodes. It has some of the coolest action sequences the last 3 episodes that I've seen in an animated show.
Yeah, that's on my list to get to next.
Very bold statement. I'm just trying to think as I make that statement. If it's like, if there's anything that, I mean, I think that's accurate. It's so awesome. The last 3 episodes, I watched them today, just back to back to back. I'm like, that's it. I can't. There's no chance of stopping.
It's also like shorter. It's like 20 some odd minutes.
They're 28. They're 28-minute episodes, 26-minute episodes. They have like 2 minutes in for credits. So yeah, you're like 24, 25 minutes, and the characters are so good. The artwork is so good, and the story is actually I mean, I enjoyed the first season, but this story makes more sense than the first season. If you watch that, it's like it just has a good story. Like the last one was like, this is Castlevania. It's really good, but it needs like a little bit more in the story. And I think they did some awesome work this season with some cool, underhanded things.
Yeah,
and,
well, the first season was definitely world building and just like, hey, this is the world of Castlevania. Just in case you've never seen or heard of that intellectual property. Season 2 is like, all right, now that we set the stage, shit's going down.
Yeah, that's what I think. Down. Yeah, I think. And I mean, I've never been like Trevor Belmont. I don't really know much about his character. I always, know the classic Simon Belmont, and I never got into Castlevania so much where I'm like this huge fan of it. But I do know a little bit of the story. So like seeing these characters, and I'm gonna have to get this cat out of this room. It's constantly like distracting me. So yeah, I mean, I know Alucard. I know, I know these characters, but I don't know what exactly, their story is. But seeing this, it doesn't need to be accurate for me. I enjoy what they gave us. Like I like the Belmont story and how he's the last Belmont, and the Dracula drama, if you want to say. So and this season brought in some really cool characters that they established now, and it's good. So nice. I really enjoyed it, and I would recommend it. It's a quick watch. It's 8 episodes. It got renewed for season 3, so we're going to get another season of it. So I recommend it. Tony, what have you been watching?
Nothing.
Really? All right.
Nah, nothing. This section, through a lot of stuff right now.
This section's up quick. All right, let's get into some news. Where was I? Don't even have the news open yet. Sorry. Okay, let's talk about Andrew Lincoln. That's like probably the big news this week. Yeah. We're going to lead off with it. Andrew Lincoln, for those who don't know, is from The Walking Dead. He's Rick Grimes.
The main character.
He's the main character. He's leaving the show.
Just in case you've been living under a rock for the past, 9 years?
Yeah, he's leaving the show. And they're continuing the show without him.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
I don't know any of the story, so I can't give you guys spoilers. I just know that because I stopped watching it 3 seasons ago, and I do know that people are in love with Daryl still. But how do you have a show continue without your main character?
Ask Happy Days. And who else did that? That 70s show. Pretty much you have one more Office.
You have one season.
One
so
more
it's like
season. One more season that everyone's going to hate.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see what the ratings do. But
the ratings are tanking as it is this season. We haven't even talked about this podcast, but the ratings are way down. Way down.
But, the thing is, and this is, again, a spoiler alert, just in case, he doesn't die in the show.
No, I didn't think they were going to.
He doesn't die in the show. And the reason why he's no longer going to appear on the show is because he's going to star in 3 Walking Dead movies.
Wow.
That's the news of the week, and it's like...
Not like big silver screen movies, like made for television movies, right?
We don't have that information yet, actually.
It just said movies.
Mm-hmm. I thought in the article it says that they're going to be aired on television.
Oh, really? Okay. I didn't know it was directed TV. I had not heard that news. I heard that it was just 3 movies.
What's the point of a made-for-TV Walking Dead movie where
it's like a big budget movie that's going to be on television? But that's what I thought I read in the article.
But I mean, like their premieres and some of their premieres and finales have been like 2.5 hours anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't understand.
The production it will be a lot higher.
What else do they need?
Well, apparently a lot of it has to do with Andrew Lincoln not wanting to do a television series anymore because he's British. And it's filmed in America, so he wants to spend more time with his family and stuff like that.
Okay, so I get that.
Yeah, I mean, 10 years of your life is.
Yeah,
especially.
I can't imagine anybody there thought in their wildest dreams that they would get 10 seasons of this show. I really don't.
Yeah.
No, but the thing is you look at. I'm not going to say this is the standard, like everybody, but most British actors don't stick with a series very long because the British shows don't last as long. They move on. They start the show.
Look at Doctor Who.
Doctor Who's perfect. The Office over there. We only had 2 seasons of that, and everybody's fine to move on with it. And then you have.
They're more like series. They're not they're just these small series that you get bursts of and stuff.
Look at I've seen like Robin Hood over there. Robin Hood lasted. The guy who was on it for 3 seasons and wanted to move on. The main character. Yeah. So. It's British actors don't stick with it because that's just the stand. That's what happens in Britain. I mean, I think. I mean, from what I've seen from the shows I've seen, very rarely does a same actor stick with a show. So,
I mean, in the article it says the story of Rick will go on, and that right now they're working on 3, but that's flexible, and that there are plans for specials, new series, and high quality digital content as well.
All right.
I just don't believe any of that ever since they're like, oh, this show can go on for like 15 years. And I really don't see it going on much more than one more year now. But we'll see.
Definitely not. Definitely not. All right. What else do we have here? We have... this was good news earlier in the week. Fun news, I think. This could be a fun show. Falcon and Winter Soldier limited series in production for the Disney streaming service.
Is that like one show with them together, or it's 2 separate shows?
One show. It's a team-up show with the main actors. So you're going to get the actual,
Was that did they confirm that in there?
That is the movie. Disney, they're gonna, if it's for their streaming service, I don't see them replacing those actors and calling them the same thing.
Mike, you honestly think they're going to replace those actors? I'll bet you. Like that's how confident
I don't honestly think that. It's a way different thing to go from, there's big cinematic universe to grab these same movie actors and make them do a series afterwards.
Yeah, but you're also moving into the cost of a streaming show is a little bit more than a TV show.
And there's a lot of big name movie actors that have been doing television as well. It's not like unheard of.
I know that, but it's like their contract.
These are not even the big names.
Their contract for certain movies, and now it's like, all right, now you do this too. It's
to
a
me,
surprising.
I don't know what they're thinking, but to me, it's like, great. I get like a new contract. I'm making more money doing something I know, and it's easy. Fine, I'm up for it. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I mean, that'll be cool, I guess. But does this make it preclude either of them from becoming the next Cap in the movies?
That's maybe this series will build
about
to that.
Yeah, so I wonder if that's what this is about. Finding the next Captain America.
That's the thing. We have no idea.
Yeah,
it'll be interesting to see. I mean, we're gonna get Scarlet Witch. We're gonna get this. We're gonna get who was the other one?
Loki. Apparently,
Loki. So I mean,
yeah,
it's exciting. I think get some more stuff.
Yep. So I think that's going to be interesting. We'll see what they do with that service. Let's see what else we have. Sticking with streaming shows, we have Henry Cavill. His first teaser image of The Witcher came out earlier last week too. Yeah, not what I was expecting. Right?
A little rough.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not that far off. I mean, just give him a beard, and that's kind of what else would happen.
I guess I don't know what it was.
Well, you see Superman.
Yeah,
with a wig on. It's not natural.
Honestly, the wig makes him look younger than he actually is,
yes,
and it's
that's
the opposite of what we sort of want to happen when he becomes Geralt.
He looked like an old Legolas to me.
He didn't look old. He looked like maybe 30 Legolas.
Yeah, he looked a lot younger than I expected. Actually, I thought.
Well, apparently, it's supposed to be before he becomes the age he is in the games and stuff.
Okay, so it's a prequel series.
Well, I mean, it does seem. Also, I don't really know.
He's kind of old when he gets Siri too. So, and she's like 18 or something in this.
Well, it's weird because his character, I don't even know. I played a lot of the third game, but only the third game, and I'm still confused about certain things.
And again, this is based on the novels, not the.
I know, but I feel like Witchers are supposed to have some sort of ageless qualities. I know that the sorceresses do. They don't really age ever, and they change how they look using magic. But Witchers, I think, are also sort of ageless, and it's after a certain point, or I don't know. It's very confusing to me.
There's magic involved, sure.
There's magic.
Same magic.
Well, Witchers use mutations more than magic to change themselves. That's what makes it a little different.
Okay.
No, we'll see. I mean, I'm interested in it.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, I would not have been interested in it if I didn't ever get into Witcher 3. Now I'm going to give it a look and see what happens.
There you go.
All right. With more streaming news, we have the news on the stats for Marvel's Netflix shows came out from
with an asterisk.
Yeah, we don't know if this is real.
We don't know if this is 100% real, but we have a massive viewership drop. This was coming from Jump Shot, right? Began monitoring Netflix viewing habits, and this apparently is their numbers. So, yeah, I mean, looking at the drops for Luke Cage and Iron Fist, you can't argue. I mean, what are the stats on that? Luke Cage season 2 went to a 38 from a 92 in viewership.
Yeah.
And then Iron Fist went from an 80 to a 29. So I mean, these are, like I said, these numbers.
People that I knew that didn't even know that those shows had second seasons, though. It's like,
yeah. But that's it. I think a lot of it, and
the
then
hype isn't the same in general.
I was reading an article today about the way Netflix presents their shows and their apps is also very crucial to seeing that there's episodes available, and they basically have hid these shows very quickly behind other things that are popping up, and you don't see them. Like when I went to log on, even for it was Daredevil season 3. Daredevil season 3 to watch the next episode. I opened it up on my Roku out here, and there was no continue watching. Option. It wasn't on that.
Scroll a little bit, yeah.
I couldn't find it. I had to actually reload the app, then continue watching showed up. So it's like there's random things that are popping up on there. So I don't know.
That's weird.
It is, but I mean that a glitch like that can cost them viewership.
I don't know if it's a glitch so much as, again, they're like they don't see a future here because they know they're not going to be able to continue with these properties in a year or two.
Yeah, but maybe. But I think a lot of it has to do with they have a lot of episodes. They have a lot of shows, like we've talked about with you, Mike. With you saying, like, I know you're not coming out saying Netflix is dead, but we've talked about the argument, like Tony's mentioned to you. They have tons of other shows on this service.
Tons of shows, but the first wave of like their high quality, like scripted, like dramas are going away right now.
I mean, yes, they're losing House of Cards again due to
Orange is the New Black is coming to an end as well.
Yeah, they're gonna have to get new shows.
We have maybe one more season of that.
Yeah,
I think there are more shows coming in than that they're losing, though.
There are more, but are they hits? I mean, like, I didn't think the House of Haunted, whatever.
Well, no, because I mean, you can't have that because when they started this service, it was like, hey, here's our one original Netflix show. Cool, everybody watches it. They're releasing like multiple per month, and depending on the country or region, like it could be some stuff that premieres earlier or later. Like overall, I think more people are watching Netflix originals. Yes, it's not centered around a few key tentpole releases, but it's spread out. And I mean,
they have a lot of original content in other countries as well.
Sure.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys have ever looked at the list of stuff that's coming out, the schedule. It's ridiculous. It's seriously like every week something is coming out.
There's shows that I'm like, wait, this is on? What is this? And I go through their originals. Like they have a category, Netflix originals, and you're like, I don't even know this show exists.
I mean, there's a lot.
There's a lot. And
it's not always just originals too. They have a lot of exclusive content on their service as well.
Yeah.
But the thing is, there's 2 points with this. So one, this is just a organization that tries to sample data through, I don't know, surveying device or whatever. So there's some discrepancy there. I have no doubt that whatever they're using is as accurate as we can get without Netflix straight telling us number. But number 2 is that these are purely based on United States in North America. Like that's it. So it's not giving us a worldwide view. I don't have any doubt either that both of those shows, had a dramatic drop because when both those first seasons released, it was all the buzz. Second seasons, nobody. Like I knew nobody. Like people that even liked Luke Cage and Iron Fist didn't even know about them.
Yeah.
So the advertising or marketing wasn't there, or they just weren't promoting it with like front page. Like, hey, recommended for you, new episodes.
That's what I'm saying. It is crucial that scroller right in the beginning there has that on there. Yeah.
So it's interesting, but I think with those two, Luke Cage and Iron Fist, I don't think those have very much worldwide appeal. Whereas I feel like Daredevil, especially, and Punisher to a lesser degree have definitely more worldwide draw to them because like those are B-list characters, I want to say. Whereas like Luke Cage and Iron Fist are what, C at best.
Yeah.
Like who cares about those?
Punisher and Daredevil and Spider-Man comics, like
right.
You know those characters than Iron
Power
Fist
Man and Iron Fist.
Right, exactly. So I think we get one more season of Daredevil. I do.
Okay.
But I do think the era of the Netflix Marvel deal is coming to an end just because I don't think they're seeing the return on it like they want. And they probably want to invest in their own stuff. I think we reported
like extremely costly for them.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, those budgets got to be ridiculous. But I think that they're going to start investing in, again, more of their original property. Because again, it's like if they're going to spend all this money to make a Netflix original series, like why would they get an IP that's going to be costly.
This is basically they're learning Marvel's lesson now before they get into Marvel's shoes, where they have to get their IPs
right. Exactly,
yes,
and I feel like we reported this like a year or two ago, where they actually got some people who were writers on like certain comics that were popular.
Yes, yeah.
You know, and we're like, oh, what are they working on? Who knows? Like, could be anything.
Their own comic stuff, yeah.
Right, exactly. So,
yeah. All right. Last bit of movie news we have is the AMC A-lister subscription is going up in price for a lot of places.
No.
Yeah, big shock. I mean, especially if you live in New Jersey, New York. I think Pennsylvania's on that list.
Pennsylvania's on there?
I think it's $23.95 now.
Tri-state area, man.
Was it $4 increase on?
Yes, $4 increase.
That's not that bad, actually.
No, but I find it funny that Movie Pass is pretty much dead in the water, and now they're like, okay, time to let's get these rates up.
I mean, I suspect that AMC did this in part to kill Movie Pass as well. Just because
absolutely.
So it's going to go up to $21.95 and like. It's basically affecting 15 states. They're all going in. The regular staying. The $19.95 will stay for the rest of the states, but for like the major states, you're all going up in price. If you live in a major state, I'm sorry for everybody that does not live in a major, like an East Coast, West Coast state. But if you live in the center of the country, I think you're fine.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it just makes sense because from what I remember reading, analysts are saying that for Movie Pass goers on, like you said, the East Coast or the West Coast, like the big metropolitan type areas, like it was bleeding them money because ticket prices there, like in New York, I think probably $16, $17, $18 or something like that. So you see, unlimited of those. I mean, for $10, there's no way you're making profit. There's no way you're making profit. Meanwhile, some dude in bumblefuck America, is seeing like movies at probably not even $10. Maybe.
Yeah, probably $8.95. Here's your list. So starting January 9th. Colorado, Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Illinois, Maryland, Minnesota, Pennsylvania, Virginia, Washington, and the District of Columbia are rising to $21.95.
All those big metropolitan areas.
California, Connecticut, Massachusetts, New Jersey, and New York, $23.95. So there's your rates. So I'm still going to do it. It's still worth it if you're going to see 2 movies a month.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's still a deal.
And that's probably why they said, let's just raise it.
I mean, I would have rather had a price increase on the Movie Pass thing rather than them doing what they were trying to do and just like massaging, aka fucking up the service to the point where it's like I don't even care anymore. Like,
I mean, you've seen that. Yeah,
it's so complicated and just.
But this reason, I'm sorry, this is not for this podcast, but this talks about GCU. GCU should have just raised. I mean, just cost $60 a year, even would have been fine.
Yep. Which it was originally,
and that would have been fine. I would have paid it. You make that back pretty quick. It's like I'm sorry, nothing for this podcast, but. All right. So I think that's it for this movie cast. Like I said, we have the game cast coming up. We have a spoiler cast this week. Write us podcast allycangeek.net. Follow us on Twitter, allycangeek. Like us on Facebook and subscribe. If you're watching this on YouTube, there's a little subscribe button right over here. Press that button and you're good.
Hope you get hot.
Yeah. Enjoy 420
in Denver. Of course.
Enjoy 420. Of course. That's all you meant. I know what you meant. All right. Thanks.